Hammer Time just keeps getting more upgrades. I've made several videos on it over the past few months, but we've just got another huge one, of course, out of Shadows Remastered. The deck finally gets Sigarda's Aid, which is a huge buff. Sigarda's Aid, white for an enchantment. You can cast all an equipment spells with air flash, and then whenever an equipment enters the battlefield under your control, you may attach it to target creature you control. If you're not familiar, Hammer Time aims to use the card Colossus Hammer as a 1-mana equipment to give it +10/+10 and loses flying. It has an equip cost of 8 normally, but we've got a bunch of different ways to get around that and try and hit our opponent in the face with it as fast as possible. And so, Sigarda's Aid, which, hey, it gives it a flash, but that, whenever an equipment enters the battlefield under your control ability, to attach it to a creature you control, saves you that whole 8 mana. We have a few other ways to do it, and a bunch of creatures we're going to attack with. So let's go through. Firstly, we are a Giganta deck, no double colour mana symbols. It's pretty free and gives us a nice little addition versus those mid-range control decks. The games might go long if you don't kind of kill them the first few turns. At 1 of the new additions to the deck is Skrelv. Playing a full 4 copies here, trying to protect our other creatures. White for a 1/1 legendary artifact creature. Toxic 1, Skrelv type might can't block, but then this Phyrexian white taps your color ability. Another target creature you control gains Toxic 1 and hexproof from that color till end of turn. Can't be blocked by creatures of that color. You're going to protect your creatures or let them get through for damage. And so the idea is you play Skrelv to protect our other creatures, so Cacophony Scamp and Fireblade Charger, both very similar. Cacophony Scamp is a 1-mana Phyrexian Goblin Warrior. Whenever Cacophony Scamp does damage to play, you can sacrifice it. If you do, proliferate, and then when Cacophony Scamp dies, it does damage equal to its power to any target. Cacophony Scamp is our turn 2 kill threat. You play Cacophony Scamp on 1, and then turn 2 you use either Sigarda's Aid to give the hammer equipped for free, or you use Resolute Strike, which +2/+2 end of turn, and then if it's a warrior, you can attach equipment you hold to it. Turns Cacophony Scamp into a 11/11 if you're using Sigarda's Aid, or a 13/13 with Resolute Strike. It comes in for that damage, and then sacrifices to deal that damage again to take your opponent from 20 to 0. Excellent. Fireblade Charge is similar, doesn't have that sacrifice ability, but does have the when it dies, it does damage to its power to any target ability. Also, when it's equipped, it gets haste, which is another huge bonus. You can kind of sequence the other way around, play the Sigarda's Aid on turn 1 or the hammer on turn 1. Both pretty awesome. Also a warrior for Resolute Strike. The other creatures we're playing, we've got Kemba Enduring, 4 copies. 1 in a white. Whenever it is for another cat into the battlefield you control, attach it to 1 target equipment you control to that creature. Equipped creatures you control get +1/+1. And then it has this 5 mana, create a 2/2 white crack ability. If you can, then hey, that's a good upside, but you're mostly using it as a, okay, this just picks up a hammer for free. It's worth saying at this point that Open the Armory did not get printed in Shadows Remastered, which would have been a nice boon to the mono-white version of this deck. As it is, we're playing the red cards. There is like a mono-white version with more cats. It uses cards in Pioneer like Brimaz, which unfortunately we also don't have on Arena yet. But hey, a little shout out there, and it's sad that Open the Armory is missing. I was playing it as like a 9th hammer effect. Alongside Kemba, we also had to have Seasoned Hallowblade. 1 in a white 3/1. Human, again, is a warrior, but then has this discard a card, tap ability to give it indestructible. It's just a threat that's durable. It's nice. We have a couple of extra ones at the sideboard. Versus those mid-range control decks, like Fatal Push decks, is really important to have durable threats so you can keep protecting, and so Seasoned Hallowblade has all that built in, which is super nice. Let's go into equipment. So we talked about Hammer already, obviously the centerpiece card of the deck. We also have 1 copy of Shadow Spear, +1/+1 and lifelink, and then has this permanence your opponent's control, lose hexproof and indestructible to understand ability. It's for 2, mostly a way to get either lifelink versus aggro, or trample when you're trying to push damage through with hammer. We also, equipment-wise, have 2 copies of Mauler Skyclaves, 2 in a white, ETB, attached target creature control. Equipped creature get +2/+2 and has flying and first strike. An important sequencing thing here is that if the creature gets equipped with hammer and loses flying, but then you play more of the Skyclaves to give it flying, it does keep flying. As long as you play attach more after hammer, the creature will get flying. Pretty nice. That evasion, really important. Excellent. Awesome. Again, equips for free. Really sweet. That's our kind of equipment toolbox. We have a couple more pieces on the board, but we have Fighter Class. Red and a white. When Fighter Class enters the battlefield, search your library for an equipment card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. This shoots you throw your equipment. I was playing this alongside 1 copy of Open the Armory when I was playing this deck in Pioneer. But obviously we're just going to have to deal with 8 copies of Hammer here. Has 2 other abilities as well. 1 red-white to give all the equip abilities you control 2 less to activate, which is kind of nice with Shadow Spear. That gets for free. Obviously it starts making the Colossus Hammer more affordable at 6. you're getting flooded out, you can get to that. And then also has this 3 red white to level up to level 3. When a creature you control attacks, up to 1 target creature blocks in this combat if able. Again, if you're getting to that mid-range late game kind of stage where you've not killed them yet, it can be useful, but doesn't come up very often. We've talked about Resolute Strike already. Again, equips for free to a warrior and gives that +2/+2 in combat, which actually is quite nice. It means if you've got like 2 warrior attackers, you can kind of swap around where the hammer is, trick your opponent out. We've also got 3 copies of Portable Hole for some removal as well. Really, really solid shell. This is where I'm at the minute. I think 2 Season Battle Blade is a good number. The creature-wise, like, the only thing that's maybe like, maybe this is too many, is that we're playing 4 copies of Skrelv. Obviously, it is legendary, but having it on turn 1 is just so important. Your opponent has to kill the Skrelv before they kill the creature at that point, and then it just means they need more removal spells. I think it's better than trying to play like protection spells main, like God's Willing, that kind of thing. The mana base, 3 copies of Mutavault, which is a warrior, which is nice for Resolute Strike, 4 copies of Sacred Foundry, 4 Needle Verge Pathway, 4 Inspiring Vantage, 2 Battlefield Forge, 1 Sekenzen, 1 Ajanga, and I've started playing this Plains because of Field of Ruin, because we are playing these Mutavaults and your opponent will just target them. The sideboard, obviously we have the Gigantha. We've got a 4 copy of Portable Hole versus Mono Green when you want to kill a mana guys and Wolfwiller Haven, or versus other aggro decks. It's excellent. Rending Volley is nice versus like Mono White aggro. Obviously Spirit's just got a bunch of good cards, which is nice. But then also it's important for beating Angels, which can be a problem. Lion Sash and Rest in Peace. These are kind of a 3-part Graveyard Hate combo. The Lion Sash being an equipment means we can tutor for it with Fighter class. And hey, some tutorable Graveyard Hate is kind of nice. Rest in Peace is obviously the best card versus graveyard decks. Yep. You've got 2 copies of Seasoned Hallowblade versus more mid-range control decks where they've got like Fatal Push, Brokerage Giant, that kind of thing to try and kill little creatures or sweepers. And then for those decks as well, we have Fable the Mirrorbreaker. 3 copies. I'm stayed away from any of the Planeswalkers. Obviously playing Gigantha, which rules us out of Chandra and Wandering Emperor, but we do have the option to play either of the Nahiris. Not the one out of Shadows, but either of the others would be okay. However, Fable being able to provide you with looting towards your combo gives 2 threats, so they have to deal with the front side and the back side, versus more of those control mid-range decks where they're trying to kill your things, is really, really solid. Like, you want everything the card does. And then we have 1 copy of Sword of Forge Frontiers, another one for the equipment toolbox, mostly bringing it in versus mono green, just so you know you have a way to just completely bypass all their blockers once they've gone wide. It's one of those things where on the play, you can often kill them before they get a chance to set up, but on the draw they're gonna like end up with trolls and cavaliers in play before you maybe get to attack with your hammer, and so the sword just lets you bypass all of that, which is super nice. And then the last couple of things here, we've got some soul partitions as a kind of catch-all removal, and then just kill them before they actually get a chance to replay it most of the time. That's the plan. It does the job that we want. Alright, that's the deck. Super solid. Hammer just keeps getting better. I'm going to play some ranked games. We're going to hop into some best of 3 Explorer ranked. But if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel. Alright, first ranked match with new Hammer. Sigarda's Aid, massive boost. See how we do. Alright, get to be on the play. That's step 1. How is the hand looking? So we've got our Skrelv, we've got our creatures, then we've got Fighters Class Suiting for Hammer. We have a Thunderland. We actually have a pretty nice curve here, to be honest. Assuming this Fighters Class doesn't get Thought Seized. We shall see. Battle of the Sleeves could be anything, even a boat. Pull it off with Vantage Skrelv. Ooh. My client being a little laggy. I'm worried. Okay, Haunted Ridge smells like black red. A couple of options here, really. We are lacking a way to actually equip. Huh. Yeah, we'll fire his class. Let's grab the hammer out. We'll not be around the bush. We'll show them what's up. As the one upside, if we play the Kafafi Scamps out, they're going to know anyway. And we may as well attack. The Skrelv can't protect itself, unfortunately. Okay, cool. I might reboot after this game because the client's being a little sus. They're just going to remove this now. That's fair enough. It's the Brunksha Giant. We either have the option to Colossus Hammer, pick it up with Kemba, which seems fine. That seems like the best thing to do, really. No other way to cover at the minute. We have Fire's Class, which is good for relevant equipment later on. Obviously, Kemba dies to Potato Push, get the removal spells, go for the throat, all that kind of stuff. But we have a 13 for 13 for now. Yeah, we're just missing the one insta-equip piece, whether it be Sigarda's Aid or Resolute Strike. Other thoughts is maybe they should take the Fighter's Class here. Interesting. I'm curious. Obviously not Shadow Removal for the Kemba, which means they're going to end up having to block it somehow. They probably take the Scamp if they're worried about the creatures. If they're worried about... The thing about the Fighter's Class is that Fighter's Class enables... Okay. Hallowblade is pretty good. But we'll make our attack with 13-13. Interesting, with Kemba, in theory, we're not bothered about lands and stuff. This at least is reasonable. I think we go Hallowblade Scamp and then leave Charger in hand be pitched to the Hallowblade. That seems like the thing to do. Depending on what we draw, we might... Okay, Fable. Fable is fair enough. Moore's pretty good. Now I can more Kemba fly over the top. See how it gains flying even though it's got the camera equipped? Pretty excellent. We'll attack with the Hellblade as well, that forces the block. I don't mind pitching the Fireblade charge to keep Hellblade alive. We draw a land and they're able to get... If they hit draw a removal spell and then we're able to remove this, if we draw a land we can re-equip the Maul to the Hallowblade. Else we might find ourselves adding Gigant to just get an extra card to discard to this. Well, the thing is, if they time out and can't block, then they just take the damage. Alright. Well, this is a little unfortunate. But we are playing best of 3, so hey. Game 2. More interesting. We had them on the ropes there. So we want the Hallowblades. This line slash is interesting because they have like Proxer. Where I don't want to bring in Rest in Peace, but the line slash is a fairly fair free roll. Then these Fables also want to come in, not worried about the sword petitions. So then in terms of what we want to cut, obviously the potable holes I think want to go. They're going to bring in more removal for artifacts anyway until these get even weaker. They have like some targets in the main deck. Again, like in theory hits Croxer on like turn 10. But then, like, you know, like Blood Death, obviously, you're just not that interested. But I'm not super worried about more. I'm fine cutting one. We have tutors for it, and that's pretty solid. Kemba, by itself, fairly good standalone threat. There's a little worry about the Resolute Strikes. Between the removal, they have, like, Fatal Push. And they'll be targeting our Coffee Scamps and Charges quite heavily, I think. Maybe in to cut the Shadow Spirit as well, because we're not looking to... They're not trying to gum the ground up with a bunch of creatures to kind of stop us from hitting them, and we don't really need the life. So I think that's fairly reasonable. We want all the Skelves, basically want all our creatures at 4, and one last card to cut. It might be a single copy of Resolute Strike, just because this part, like this kind of combo is a lot weaker versus Fatal Push. Alright, queue back up. I really hope they haven't just gone AFK. Well. So we have the Sigarda's Aid, we've got the Hammer, we've also got Resolute Strike, so on turn way of equipping it. And then we also have Fireblade Charger plus Resolute Strike. A couple of things here. Oh well, there's a Thoughtseize. They're going to see this and they're going to be like, huh? They're going to take Sigarda probably, but even then that doesn't get them completely out of the woodwork. I'm going to shock play Cacophony Scamp here. They basically have to be able to hold a removal spell for it. They don't. Oh, we have the Kemba too. And they know what's up, right? They appear to be thinking about not blocking. So that's pretty cool. Alright, well, that was a cool win, but our opponent didn't read the cards that they thought seized. Let's hop into another one. Alright, back to the second game. That was maybe a bit of a rough watch. Probably an indictment of me needing to try and put some time to climb ladder when I can. Unfortunately, away this weekend, so I'm kind of recording this a little in advance. So we have Hammer plus Kemba. We then have Maul to give evasion. And we have a Resolute Strike with Mutavault. Looks like a keep to me. I'm going to make the Hammer on 1. Gives the game away, but our plan is to make Kemba on 2. We can do that off the Mutavault, which will then allow us to equip. The thing with Mutavault... Ooh, okay. They're kind of forced to take Kemba here. Yeah. Oh, we drew Sigarda's Aid, which is interesting. Everything says play the Mutavault. We should play this out so it can't get thought seized. They've shown Swamp so far, they probably don't. They're probably on black, red, or mono black, and so don't have any answers for the enchantment while it's in play. Yeah, there's a castle. Sign in Blood. Oh. I like that. A little more, and we can see up this Mutavault and get lethal. That is a nice draw. Play this on red. Because the Fireblade Charger has haste when it's equipped. The other thing is because they're on mono... Well, it's weird because red has more exile removal than black does, but I guess that's what Burning is meant to represent. This way it stays equipped. And then if they have a normal kill spell, it domes them for 11. Okay. Okay. Game 2. This is going to be very similar to how we sideboarded versus black-red. I'm not that worried about bringing this Lion Slash in, but we definitely want all of these. Because we don't need to cut as much. Again, don't think this is a match we want. Shadow Spear. Oh, the one thing is that if they're going to be playing Phyrexian Obliterator, do we want Soul Partition? I don't mind having a copy to loot towards. I think it's very reasonable to play through anyway. I cut them all. If they're playing more to the ground with mono black, then we want them all in actually. Interesting. I think we have to kind of put up with Obliterator. Well, which I mean, try and kill them before it, or have them like use a resources they're not on it. And again, we're going to cut Resolute Strike. Again, the Resolute Strike stuff is a lot weaker versus Fatal Push and just Explore Removal. So we'll queue up with this. Could also lean a bit more towards just like grabbing Gigantha here. Get stuck in the tight spot. And then Sideboard does a lot of heavy lifting. Alright, well this is no colored mana. Send that back. This looks very solid. This is a weird one where I almost want to put the hammer back. We're on the draw. I think I'm going to bottom Battlefield Forge. Because these cards are all great. And at least while we have these two, they can't just take the Fable. I still think this is right. You got Kemba, etc. This forces these to removal spell here, and then we'll be able to slam Fable into Slam Fable probably. And either that'll carry us through, or we get to loot into the other card we need with our Resolute, with our Fireblade Charger. Edict is fair enough. This card is actually super nice, both for black, red, and for mono black type stuff. They got Arena here, they got Lily. No, well, that's a Resolute Strike. We're not going to just slam this though, not into open mana. We're going to make the Fable. Lean into the busted red card that we sideboard in. Hey. I feel like if they had Fatal Push, they maybe... We'll loot this away. Fatal Push there. There's a few things going on here. We can animate Mutavault, attack Liliana. If we do that, we can't make Fable. Fable's going to flip anyway. I feel like the way this has gone, we can do this. We'll try it. Alright. What? Hang on. What have I missed here? I think they just conceded. They won on 7. Alright, anyway. There's that. These videos have been really short, so I'll play another one, I guess. Alright, match 3. We've kind of been crushing. Alright. The worst bit so far has been the mulligans. I think we keep this. I'll run the play. The portable holdback. We got Skrell plus effective fighter class. Going to 5 is pretty weak, but obviously the deck can kill on like turn 2, so there's the upside. Double portable hole is good versus a lot. It's funny. Keeping this, I feel like we have to lean on the double portable hole doing heavy lifting. In which case, we want to put the Mutavault back. I think that's a little better than going to 5. It's always hard to tell, because obviously if you draw out of it, then you draw out of it. It's like, oh yeah, that was great. Yeah. Alright, well versus black-red, this is fine. The problem, if we play the fighter class, they get to Thoughtseize the hammer from us, but if we don't, they get to Thoughtseize the hammer from us. The fighter class from us, so you may as well do this. I do this, obviously again... The scrub again can't protect itself, so... Okay. Maybe we see the other half of the black-red matchup where they have just all the Fatal Pushes. They're thinking about it. Okay, they're just going to stomp it now. That's fair enough. Passes it back to us. Us with nothing to do. We're going to go ahead and add Gigantha. Very much telegraphs the opponent we've got nothing going on. They know about the hammer, they do not know about the Resolute Strike. They are, in theory, one card from death. Sort of. This, like, particular tune in the MTG Arena background music is very Star Warsy. If someone told me that John Williams wrote it, I believe him. Thought he's as good. Curious what they take though. They know we have hammer plus strike. Maybe take the hammer. Maybe take the strike. That's, I think, worse because we've got, like, they know we have Sigarda's Aid now. Theory. Yeah, the hammer goes. The other option is like take Gigantha, but obviously we're nowhere near casting it. We've only got 3 lands in play. Again, the Fables do the heavy lifting in this matchup. Misery Shadow. The one land that wants us to keep it in hand. We'll do this. I'll play this out and level up the fighters class. Alright. So we're like super on the back foot here. I imagine they just like make Bone Crusher Giant. Oh no, okay. They're gonna stick to it. This lets them lead towards more interaction as well, which is for the best really for them. We only really have one line here. We will make our Gigantha, slam it. I don't think it's a mistake to... No, we definitely don't want to Resolute Strike this thing. Not Resolute Strike. Bulba Hole. Heartless that stuff. Again, we have Meteor Vault plus Resolute Strike. This token that does get to go through. They have 3 mana up. They can cast a Bone Crusher Giant. Alright, I'm gonna set Treasure, get another Fable. There. We have Cacophony Scamp. Might have just down to cast some spells here. I'll take one of these. I'm gonna get Empathy. They're flipping a Fable, which is not going to be good for us. They know. This way they are committing to using multiple removals on it. What word did I say? Multiple removals on it. Which, hey, gets more cards out of the hand from our side, but we're kind of dead here. Oh no, don't crash, please. Don't crash. That's a lot of noise. I'm gonna save everyone's time. We're gonna scoop this one up and then go to game 2. Partly because I think that this is broken and we crashed again. No, okay, we're not crashed again. Alright, sideboarding, we've seen this before. The Hallowed Blades come in, the portable holes go out. You get the Fables. You bring the Lion Slashing, so that's with black red, and we've got like Croxa. A couple of other things that maybe care about the graveyard as well. Seems fine. Do the trimmings, we cut down on Resolute Strike, cut down on more Skyclaves, and then we work out the Shadow Spear, which I think is still correct. Obviously, the black red deck can sometimes put pressure on you, but it'd be fairly good. Run up with this. And yeah, that's kind of the other side of the matchup. We get shredded by Thoughtseize plus removal. That is the black red game plan. Alright, we'll play first. As I said, good hand. This is interesting. I'll keep. I'm gonna make the Hallowed Blade. We've got the Mutavault as well, which obviously has a Absolute Strike. We need another color source for our fighter class. Our land hurts us. But all in all, still okay. They kept on 7 as well. We will run this out. Like, Scrub is really important in this matchup. Obviously, you need other creatures as well. Here, I don't really think we can mulligan. This will just get fatal pushed. Aha, joke's on you. Good 19. Alright. This is a good draw. We get the Wombo combo of Fighter Class plus Mutavault, but you need to play Fighter Class for colored mana. We'll Tear of a Hammer. See if it gets Thoughtseized away. If it does, kind of tough cookies. So our scripted play next turn is Land Add Gigantha. Mystery Shadow, sure. It's so close. I was gonna say if it was Fireblade Charger, obviously we could attack that this turn. We cannot. You have to do some thinking here. We have the double Resolute Strike. It's like the double combo. Prepare for trouble, etc., etc. I wonder. Ooh. Watch out.
I'll have this fight finished before brunch.
Alright, we got a couple of options. One is that we animate the Mutavault and sacrifice it. One is that we don't animate the Mutavault. We equip to the Cacophony Scamp. It deals 13 to our opponent, putting them to an 8. Sorry, not to 8, to 6. Then we can threaten attack with the Mutavault. I think this is the best plan.
One of your friends has to leave.
Okay. Please attack me. This is the other to think about as well, I guess. Oh, the Maul's so tempting. The problem is they basically have to attack. They basically have to block. This is still basically forced. Feels bad. I'm gonna end without playing Sigarda's Aid. Tough. Tough. Maybe they take more. Maybe they take Resolute Strike. Thoughtseize combined with early on obviously takes 2 cards. If they, well, yeah, I presume they're going to take up. It's just a case where they have a removal spell or not, basically. If they have a blocker, then they'll take them all. If they... yeah. Well, they'll make the decisions. That's how it goes. You gotta go for the throw at Heartless out, that kind of thing. 3 mana.
Don't overthink things.
I mean, the way this plays, as this got Sigarda's Aid. We presume this is like for Bancroft Giant, Murder Strider, any not Murder Strider, the Graveyard Trespasser, any of those. It's a new Liana. Okay, well, that's tough.
Let's make this quick. Off you go.
I'll do it here. Giganta protects them all. Similarly the other way around. I don't know. Children? No. Not like this. If Liliana's ticking up, we're never gonna get to play that. Down tick. Ah, pain. She down tick, she doesn't take the hammer. This at least forces the action. Also have the Mutavault again. Don't know if they're gonna fall for it twice though. And then again we can't cast the ball. Alright, well. Alright, land for them all, please. Not a land for them all. This trades with Shoal Dread, but I think we kind of have to deal with that being fine now. Maybe we don't. This obviously isn't killing it. They're gonna gain some life. They've got a blood to loot away. Plus a castle. I think we grab the Lion's Ash, but we still need lands. Maybe we just don't reveal the Lion's Ash. If we grab the Lion's Ash, that's our turn for the next like few turns. We're going backwards and forwards. I'm gonna grab this, and obviously we're gonna draw Sigarda's Aid. That's how that works. I'm just gonna say no attacks. We have them all in hand. Like we have them dead as long as they don't have a removal spell, and we draw land. There's also a cat. Picks up equipment. It's a combo deck. Sorry if I'm sitting a bit far away from the mic. It's a tense one. You know, crush game one. If I send lone blocks and we get Sign-In Blooded, I'm gonna be fuming. Cool. Close enough. Oh. Yeah, we're just dead. GG's. Alright, well, that's been Red, White, Boros Hammer time. Deck sick, as you can see. Red Black can be a good match. Well, no, Red Black is tough. But the first matchup was a bit more of a misnomer, but hey. If you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. All that good stuff. Hope you enjoyed. Peace out. Have a great day.